All right, so in the last video, I showed you guys how to make a scatter plot with data in Excel. This time I'm actually going to use the same data, only instead of making a scatter plot, I'm going to make a bar graph. This is going to be a little bit more involved, so make sure you pay attention. First thing I want to do is get rid of this graph, because I don't want a scatter plot. I'm just going to hit delete, gone, done. Okay, so I want to make a new graph, so I'm going to highlight the data I want, just like I did last time, and I'm going to pick a different kind of chart this time. It's usually on the home, so you might have to click on the chart to get to this screen that looks like this. Now, Excel calls the bar graphs, what we usually call bar graphs, it calls them column graphs, and then bar, I guess, is horizontal to them. So we're just going to use this column one right here. It kind of gets cut off on the screen here a little bit. Let's move over. All right, so I'm going to click, I don't know, let's just do a basic one. So we end up with a graph that looks like this. Hopefully you can see some issues with this. First of all, it's really small, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger by stretching the corner like so. But it plots two different data series, and it kind of leaves the x-axis as just going up by ones all the way to 17, whereas you can see right here it goes up to 80 for the independent variable, for the x values. So basically what it did is it just counted. So this is the first data set, second data set, and it just counted. But we don't want it to count. We want it to match up with the x over here. So I'm going to get rid of this legend because we don't need that, just like the same as last time. And then what we're going to do is to make it so it's only one data series, and this is the x and this is the y, I'm going to highlight, or right-click, I'm sorry, the data and hit select data, like so. Okay, and we only want the only series we want is the y series, the dependent variable. So I'm going to get rid of this independent by just clicking remove. Now that fixes the data we want, as you can see, but it still has the wrong x values on the bottom. So we need to fix that so it matches these right here. So what we're going to do is right here it says category X labels. I'm going to click this, and then I'm just going to highlight the X values that I want. So I'm just going to highlight like these right here. It'll show up right here, and then just hit enter. And then as you can see, it now matches what it should be. So the X values match what the graph says, and the Y values match for what the vertical says right here. Okay. So then when you're done with that, I'm going to click OK. Okay. Now there's certain things that we're missing still. We need to enter a title that's actually logical in this case. It's definitely not dependent variable. If you need help with this, please see your teacher, because title is very important for making a graph. You need to let the people know what they're looking at. So that enters the title. We're also missing an x-axis label and a y-axis label. You need to label your axes, muy importante. So what we're going to do is you select the graph, and you're going to want to hit chart layout just like last time. Go to axis titles, horizontal. I'll do that one first. It doesn't actually matter. Shows up on the screen down there. I'm just going to write independent variable. And then I want this to be a little bit bigger here. So, oops, let me do that. Click home and make the font a little bit bigger again. We don't want it bigger than the title. Sometimes people do that, and it's kind of throws the data off a little bit. Let's just make it 12. Okay, and then back to chart layout. I want to make a vertical axis label, so I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to type dependent variable like so. Now I want to change the font of it, the size of it, so I'm going to click home here, make it 12, so it matches the x-axis. It looks all nice and symmetrical, and then you end up having your graph. If you have any questions about this, please see your teacher. Hopefully that helps.